Well, welcome to the first video of ADHD Insights for Men. Today, obviously, we're going to be discussing, by the title, what is ADHD? But today we're going to move into part one of the video, which is discussing basically what ADHD is at a very simple level, and we will go more deeper into it as we get along. So ADHD is described as a dopamine deficiency disorder. So we look at a car, for example. A car, for it to get to A to B, needs fuel in its gas tank. Just how a person needs dopamine to function. So we look at activities such as cleaning, grocery shopping, paying bills, etc. We slowly dwindle that gas tank. Just how we were in a car, if we kept driving, eventually, the more we drive, the more we do things, we're going to run out of gas / dopamine, and we can no longer drive or really go forward anymore. And this is a big problem for people with ADHD, right? Imagine every morning you woke up, got to your garage, jumped in your car, and it was on empty. It'd be a pretty shit feeling, right? Having to fuel up every morning. Well, welcome to the life of the brain for someone with ADHD. You see, the thing is with ADHD, the brain is constantly seeking dopamine. It's constantly seeking easy levels of dopamine. And what happens with the brain is it tends to be significantly lower in dopamine levels than those who are neurotypical. And this is where it can be detrimental for someone with ADHD. We tend to seek things like drugs and alcohol, comfort things like food, porn, gaming. It can literally lead to a lot of bad addictions. So yeah, ADHD is real. For anyone that doesn't think it's real, it is. See, the thing is, ADHD isn't something you see on someone. Obviously, young kids, you can see it with their behavior, with their interactions with other kids. But as you get older, we tend to learn how to mask. We tend to learn how to mask these annoying things that ADHD people possess. And we tend to understand how to fit into society, the normal society, right? You can't just really look at someone and be like, yeah, he's got ADHD or she's got ADHD. It's found in their behavior, like we spoke about, their social interactions, their relationships with people, and also when it comes to their discipline with like emotional control and impulsive risk-taking behavior. You see, ADHD right now just sounds pretty fucking horrible. And I'm not going to lie to you, it can be. But today I want to give you the solutions to harness your ADHD and create that life that you've been looking for. Okay, we're going to go into part 3 now. I'm going to talk about solutions, okay? So the first number one solution I recommend is obviously medication. Now, if you've not been diagnosed, it's going to be a lot harder for you to obviously obtain. But if you are someone that has been recently diagnosed, look at medication. I do believe it has wonders. There's a lot of studies I'm going to link. Russell Barkley, I believe his name is, someone that studied ADHD for 20 plus years. I'm going to leave a couple links below to these podcasts I watched where he discusses ADHD at length if you wanted to see any more info about it. But yeah, so he talks about medication being so important. I think the stat was something along, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be wrong, but it's around 80% of people with ADHD will need or try medication at some point in their life. So you take your medication, for example, there's Vyvanse, there's dexamphetamine, and there's also Adderall. Personally, I take D5s, dexamphetamine, and that is what gives me that ability to do the things I want to do, to chase my dreams and my goals. It gives me that dopamine, so I'm not seeking it in easy activities. Number 2 is obviously nutrition. Now, diet is key to balancing our dopamine and fueling us with the necessary energy. And if you're someone that doesn't feel comfortable taking medication, because that was me, I didn't feel comfortable taking medication. I looked into natural ways to fixing ADHD, and the biggest one is obviously going to be your nutrition. Because if you think about it, if you're not eating enough, if you're not drinking enough water, if you're not eating the right food sources, so you're just eating junk food every day, you're not going to be fueled as a normal human being anyway. And some of ADHD, that's already putting you way lower than you need to be. The number 3 solution that I'm going to give today, guys, is exercise. And I believe this is key for people with ADHD. Now, people with ADHD tend to, like we spoke about, look for those dopamine sources. Now, exercise is amazing. The science on this is crazy. The amount of dopamine it gives you when you get into exercise after you finish your workout can last up to 3 hours. That dopamine increase, the spike, can last anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. So that is key for people with ADHD. To get that natural source of dopamine, it's essential. So again, if you don't want to take medication, please look into your nutrition, your sleep, and your exercise. These 3 components will absolutely change your life if you stick to them. I'm going to leave a couple apps down below I use to track my sleep. I used to track my nutrition and my exercise. So hopefully these will help you. I'm going to drop I believe it's called a Notion link. And this is just going to be a checklist for you to track how many days you go to the gym. And if you're honestly accountable with yourself and you hold yourself accountable, you will see progress. And I really mean that. If you look and track each day, you will make progress. Now, I know what you're about to say. I can't do that. My ADHD, I forget, I tend to forget, blah, blah, blah. And I've also got a solution for that. Chuck it up somewhere, like me here. I've got mine all the way back there. So mine's just behind me in my room. Every morning I can wake up, track it, make sure I've done my workout for the day. It's just honestly either having someone hold you accountable or holding yourself accountable. And to be honest, for someone with ADHD, you're going to need to be held accountable by someone else. I'm going to leave a Discord link below, and this is going to be the ADHD support group for men. Basically in this Discord, I'm going to be offering free tools, free services, my free time to talk to you guys and give you solutions to get your life back on track. We're talking about a lot of things on this channel. We're going to talk about obviously how to keep you accountable, how to, function in this kind of capitalistic society that isn't built for people with ADHD, and how we can thrive and get the dream life we want to. So if that sounds like it's important to you, please drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you have to. I honestly don't really care about the subscriptions, the likes. I just want to see the feedback with the comments. So if you could drop a comment, that's probably the most important thing for me right now. Anyway, that's ADHD Insights for Men out, and I'll catch you guys next time.